Hello everyone, this is H2 Crow, and today I'm going to give you tips and strategies to beat all 5 Gestral minigames. Let's get right into it. 3 tips to help you beat the Gestral Parkour course. First tip I have is you want to use a character that has their feet touching the ground, so anyone besides Lune. Just for me personally, I found it's easier to see where you are if the character's feet are touching the ground. Tip number 2 is going to help you with your movement. So when you're moving, you're only going to move your character forward. And if you need to make left or right adjustments, you're going to make those by looking left to right, not actually moving your character. So on controller, for the left stick, you would hold forward. And for the right stick, that's where you would make your left to right adjustments. As I get started here, you can immediately see how I'm making those left to right adjustments by looking left to right. I'm only going forward with the character and looking left to right to make those adjustments. As I get to these corners, you can also see I stop at the corner and then use the camera to change my direction and then move forward. I'm not actually moving my character in any other direction except forward. Right here, turn left and then move forward again. Walk up to the next corner and you'll see immediately I stop, use the camera to turn right, and then walk forward. Now for most of this log part, it's really just going to come down to practice. You just need to do it a couple times, get used to it, and practice it over and over. It's not really a tip I can give you. It's just something you're going to have to practice and get familiar with. The last tip I have will be once we get to the rotating platforms up ahead. Tip number 3 is going to be how to manage these rotating platforms. So as you're getting on them, it really comes down to timing. If you do get the timing wrong, you can keep holding forward and just smashing the jump button as you're going in hopes that if you do hit the peg, you'll jump immediately and you can just go through the next opening as it becomes available. Here you can see I was mashing the jump button because as I landed, I immediately jumped. When you're getting off of these rotating platforms, you want to position yourself between 2 pegs like this. Give yourself a lot of time to wait and then jump onto the next one. There's no rush. Take your time, get in the correct position, and then jump when you have the moment. Here we can see get in between the pegs and just wait if you need to. Go around 2 times, 3 times if you need to, and then just jump when that platform comes up. I don't have any more tips for the rest of the video, but I'll play it through so you can see how it's done. Wait for that last platform to arrive, jump when it gets there, wait for it to get to the end and stop moving, run, jump, watch out for that middle hole there, and then jump to the last platform. The gestural will ask you a question. The correct answer is 17, but I don't think it matters. You can give them whatever answer, and you'll get the reward. I hope that helps. 3 tips on how to help you beat the Gestral Volley Challenge. First tip I have for you is try to keep your focus on this area down here. I know you're probably looking at the top area because that's where all of the objects are coming from, but I found it's a little easier to focus on the bottom area. The second tip I have for you is that instead of keeping your character at the very top of the raft and just moving left to right, I suggest moving your character backwards and then moving to the next location. This gives you a little more flexibility and control of your character's aim. So just look for this as you watch the next clip and you'll kind of see how I move back a little bit and then move to the next location. So here we start hitting them. You can kind of see I move back a little bit on most of these to adjust my aim. The times I don't step back, you can see the spray is more horizontal because I don't have that forward control. The third tip I have for you is that sometimes you just need to let one of these go through so you can readjust your flow and get back into the tempo of hitting these things. So here you're going to see I intentionally missed this next one just to allow it to go through, and then I can immediately start picking up the tempo on the next one and just finish it off. There you have it. I hope that helps and good luck. 5 tips on how to help you beat the Gestral Ascension Challenge. The first tip I have for you is to use Mael because she's the smallest character, so she's going to take up the least amount of space on the screen so you can see the most of the obstacle course that you can. The second tip I have for you is to align your camera and your character so that they're both facing forward, and that the only input you need to make is forward when you make the jumps. So right here, you just hold forward. You're not making any left to right adjustments. The only thing you need to do is hold forward. Just makes it a lot easier as you're climbing up. The third tip I have for you is that you want to walk a lot. This helps you stay on the platforms where you are, and it also helps you align the jumps too. Because a lot of these don't even require jumping. As soon as you press the button, she'll just climb, like right there. She didn't even jump. Like this one, you just walk a little bit, and I can just press A and hold forward a little bit, and then she'll just climb. Same here. It's barely any forward movement, and then she'll just climb. The fourth tip I have for you is that once the climb animation starts, just let it finish. Let go of all your inputs, whatever console or PC you're using. Just let it go and let the climbing animation finish. So right here, I'll show you, like right here, just let it go, let the climbing animation finish, and then walk around and examine your surroundings to see where the next path is. Alright, here's an example of where walking and just letting go of the inputs as soon as the climbing animation starts. Here, just let it climb, walk very slow. As soon as she starts climbing, let go of all the inputs, let the climbing animation finish. Slowly walk up, hold forward just a little bit, let the climbing animation start. Same thing, align your camera, hold forward, jump, and then just hold your inputs. And here's a really tricky one where it's just this tiny little platform. Align your camera and your character, walk, jump, let go of the inputs. And then there's a grapple point right there. And here's the fifth tip. When you get to the expedition ship up here, there's actually going to be two paths. One will be this precarious little furniture path here. It looks kind of tricky, and I don't like all the uneven surfaces that gives. So what I recommend is to go to the back of the ship, and you can actually climb on these sails here and jump on this platform here. I run and jump, let it climb, go to the next one, walk and jump, go here, walk and jump, go there, and it's a lot easier than doing that furniture path over there from my experience. And then right at the end here, I'll finish the course just so you can see me use all of these tips and at once. I'm also going to do them a little faster just because I'm not explaining them, so you can see all of them in action and see through the rest of the course. I hope that helps, and good luck. Today I'm going to show you how to get the gold medal on the Gestral Race mini game. Now there's not too many tips I can give you, so I'm just going to go through the course and tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So hopefully this helps you when you go through yours. So the first thing you want to do is just hold sprint and hold forward right at the start. Don't turn, just go straight. When you jump at this first platform, jump a little early so you start climbing immediately. Kind of follow this path and use the edges of these platforms here. Try to get close to the right side here so you can minimize your jump to the next platform. And just keep holding sprint. Go to the left side of these so you can use the rotation to your advantage as you're running. And then when you climb, go to the right side because it's a little bit shorter. Continue to hold sprint down as you go, and then just go to the end. And there you go. I hope that helps, and good luck. 3 tips to reach the top of the wall in the Gestral wall climb. The first tip I have for you is for the first 3 to 4 rows, you can just rush these because you have a lot of time to react to the incoming balls. So feel free to be a little reckless, and even if you do fall, you're low enough, you can just climb right back up and get to the 3rd or 4th row easily enough. Once you get to about row 4, then you have to start climbing a little smarter, and that's where tip number 2 comes in. Here's how to climb smarter. Don't move your character and then look at the top of the wall where the balls are spawning from. If a ball did not spawn on the same path that you're climbing on, move up one space. If a ball did spawn on the same path that you're climbing on, do not move up, but instead focus on evading and moving left to right. Repeat this process until you get to the top of the wall. As you approach the top of the wall, the last tip I have for you is that there is only one climbing spot on the final row, and that's in the middle. So be prepared for that as you get to the top. That's it. I hope that helps, and good luck.